Welcome back. This is Diary of a Max Kid, and today I will be talking about the advices I got from my parents before I came to the university. In my family, it is a normal tradition that after the night prayers, anyone who is moving into a new phase in life or have an issue, they sit behind and they discuss with my parents if there's an advice or there's a solution to such issues. And just you alone while the others go about doing their things after the night prayers. So it was my turn on the night before I traveled from home to the university because I'm used to seeing the three elder ones having such discussions. So I was thinking it was something interesting, with all the anxiety and coming to the university. I was like, okay, maybe they're just trying to see, congratulations, go and be a good guy and whatsoever. So I was like, okay, since it's my turn, I just have to sit behind. So immediately after the closing prayer, I stayed behind and my dad started actually. So sorry, I forgot to mention. Uh, if there is an aunt or an uncle present or someone elderly within the family who is present at that prayers, he or she also stays behind and join in discussing anything that can be discussed with the person moving into a new phase in life or having such issues. So it was my turn that night, having finished from a single boys boarding house, now moving into the tertiary institution, being a good guy, very innocent, very pure, very holy, I was thinking everything was going to be rosy and all. Like they'll just be like, I am actually someone who I wouldn't call myself as smart, but I used to have good grades. Sure. So I used to be a guy with good grades. So I was thinking they would just be like, you've been doing this, so it's not going to be a different thing. You're still going to be in class with others. So try and excel, try and stand out, and give us those grades that you've been giving us stuff now. That was what I thought. Not until my dad started the whole conversation and was, what did he say, Seth? Okay, he said, stretch out your legs, place it here. And I did so. When I did that, he stepped on me. And when he did that, I was like, waiting be this one again. So he was like, take your leg back. I took it back and he was like, did it get rotten? I was like, no, it didn't. Did anything happen to you? I said, I felt pain. But it never got rotten, right? He said, yes. So he said that is the only lesson he was going to give me that night. And I was like, but how does it have influence with moving into the tertiary institution? So he explained it and was like, a lot of people, your classmates, your juniors, your seniors, even your lecturers, will step on you in one way or the other. Stepping on you doesn't mean on the foot. There are so many ways someone can trespass your boundary. But if you keep your calm, if you remain patient, if you remain humble, without fighting back, I'm not saying he was telling me to be a footmat for others to step on. No. But he was just trying to tell me that if I kept my cool in such situation, there's a higher chance that I'm going to reach the final year and graduate from that school. But if I try to retaliate at each incident, then definitely there's going to be a problem. Because there are people who willingly or purposely do things to you to see how you react, and they're already born or they have that thing in their veins. It runs in their blood that I am a troublemaker and stuff. So if you try to buy in or give in to what they are looking for, they are okay with it. But what about you? What is going to happen to you? So he was like, just try and keep your cool at all times. Not like allow people to trample on you, but in whatsoever you do, just try and keep your cool. Then at least that was the only thing he had to say to me that night. And I was like, okay, let this whole conversation thing be over, because my mind was already on, I'm coming to the tertiary institution, to flex, to flenjo, sobobo, tingasa, all those things now. Oh, that was what I thought, yeah. Because coming from a single school, I was like, I never had anything to do with any girl. Like, I was like, no one visited me. It is even restricted in my home. No one, yes. So I was like, let me go. Since I'm going to have a space on my own, I'm going to have that space. I'm going to do all these things that have been restricted for over how many years now. I'm going to try them. That was what I kept telling myself. I'm just going to come and flex. Since I'm that smart kid, great, no matter how what, I'm going to excel in my academics. So the academic aspect was actually nothing difficult. I was just like, just go there, do your thing. When it's time for exam, come get a grade. And you're over, move to the next class, do same thing. Over. Like, that was just the routine I planned. I never had, inside my plan, I never had something like, go and do TDB, go and do tutorials, go and do this thing. Because if you even ask now, I've never attended any tutorial. Like, I don't even go. That is it. I don't go. Not like I don't fancy it, but I just feel I'm not that type of person that will just go and sit down and waste my time listening to someone. Once you give me that aside, that's not what I'm talking about today, Sha. So after he was done, then my mom came in and she said, we know what you've done so far in terms of your academics. You've been a good guy. You've been that religious, that devoted guy. Because if you ask me now, I can actually say I was actually a crusader. I was a soul winner. Like I did everything that needs to be done for someone having that hunger and that thirst for God's word or God's work to be done. I did everything. Like I was really good. I was really devoted, and I'm that type of person that if I start something, I want to see the end of it. I want to reach the peak of it. So my religious life was actually smooth and was actually good, in the sense that it wasn't just I that knew it. People around me saw it. I was living the life. So I was thinking these people already know me. There's no bullshitting here. They will not come and tell me to do, not to, But deep down, I wanted to try new things. Moving into from another location to another location where no one knows you, you have to misbehave now. That's the freshman thing. You have to misbehave. Everyone just wants to leave home and start doing one or two things. So that was the same situation in which I was. Then she came in and she told me plainly. She has never said anything so real and so open to me. And what did she say? She said, now that you're going to the university, you will meet a lot of girls. Like so many of them will come, so many of them will go, and some will even come to your apartment and they will stand there very naked, like without anything. I was like, Male, how far now? Waiting be all this one. I was like, you know me now. No, I never said it outside, but I was like, deep down, this is me now in the church. I'm a church boy. Like, why are you saying all this thing? I will never think of such. I will never. So she said they'll come in such way. She never hid it. She never said, okay, they'll come in their bum short or in their panties or in a skimpy lingerie or something like that. She said they'll come in naked. So it's left for you to keep your head high. She said, as we are feeding you, don't go and bring someone for us that we are going to feed, because we are not yet done feeding you. So why will you go and bring someone for us to feed? That was just what she told me. That she said discipline and self-control. That was just the whole summary of it. And I was like, okay. So now everything that happened for university, that people they see people. I was like, how now? Because coming from a boarding school which was single, just guys, I never saw anything like that. So she was like, these things will actually come in front of you. They'll be with you. And titties hanging, stuff like that. You're gonna see the butt, you're gonna see the puss and everything. I was like, yeah. Now so life take the. I was like, it was scary because I never, in such families, okay, in my family, like once there's a scene in a movie like that, like maybe someone is kissing someone or someone is trying to get undressed and stuff, you just from nowhere just see my mom is change it. Change it. So I don't know. So I never imagined myself being such, or imagine what such will look, because the only time I knew I can actually see titties the last was when I was young, when I was still feeding on it. But now as a young adult, I never saw them. So I was thinking maybe she was just blabbing. But unfortunately I came and I saw and I conquered. Yes, I did. So that was just it. Those were the two advice. My dad was talking about patience and humility and all. My mom was talking about discipline and self-control. And actually, if you are able to join these four or join these three together, definitely you have an outstanding life in the tertiary institution. But if you come and you can't be able, temptation, just like the Bible says, God will never put us in a situation where we cannot overcome such. So anything that you find yourself, any temptation you find yourself in, you have the strength, you have the ability to overcome that. But if you let yourself to fall, that means you don't really know who you are. That is just it. So I was like, okay, let me just go there. Then once I settled in, even though I just wanted to play, I just wanted to the parties. I never attended any. I never. So I was just like the parties, the girls, but not the other thing, not lamping. I beg. I was just like the girls hanging around, getting familiar, catching the vibes, hugging, just getting person and stuff. But lamping wasn't part of it. So I came and I thought it was all jokes, So that was just it. Those were the advices I got from them. And actually, I was surprised that they were so open to me, because they've never had any real conversation with me. Just like I told you, I'm a good guy, a smart kid for that matter. So I was always, there's no proud moment for any parent that after each term's result, your child is bringing a result which states that he's the first or he's the top in the class and stuff. Like, your parents are always happy. This is the type of thing I want. So I was thinking they'll just be like, go and continue doing what you want to do. Like, you've done it from your nursery, your primary, your secondary. Go and do it now. They don't have to say anything. But she was so real with me, and I appreciate her for that. Because the only time I was thinking, even in some biology class, they never get to explain all those things. But just like I said, she was a health worker. My dad too was a health worker, and they never hid anything. I was like, this is what you are going to see, very straight. It will be hanging in front of you. You'll be seeing it. And you know that intensity, that pressure that dwells up inside you at that particular moment. So I was thinking, okay, that is just it. So just like I said, I'll try to keep everything real, open, without falsifying any episode. So if this is something you like, you can follow the journey by liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Until the next episode, see you. I love you.